welcome to Makuno Organics Farm.
Yes.
Makuno is a Kikuyu word meaning mushrooms.
Yes.
Here at Makuno, we grow button mushrooms. It's the one we've specialized in. It's the one that we've specialized in, and we use the short method of composting to make compost. That means we have a bunker and we have a tunnel as well. This ensures that our compost is high quality, and also it takes about 15 days for us to make compost, as opposed to 30 to 35 days which you would take using the long method. That means also that other than the quality of compost, you get more volume or more quantity of compost as compared to the long method where you have a lot of wastage. The tunnel also helps with pasteurization, meaning we can grow fully organic mushrooms because we have a tunnel that we use for pasteurization, meaning we don't use any chemicals. So we don't use fungicides, we don't use insecticides on our compost, meaning the mushrooms that we're going to harvest are going to be 100% organic from our end. So at Makuno, we offer this service to farmers who are starting and farmers who are established as well, who would like to focus on growing mushrooms but would rather outsource the composting to us. We can do that for you. Our capacity is high. We can do anywhere from orders of 1 ton to 40 tons of compost, meaning if you're a small scale farmer or a large scale farmer, we can supply compost to you as well. Our compost comes with a lab result test. We carry out tests to check the ammonia levels, nitrogen, pH, moisture, to guarantee success. And as Makuno, we also work with farmers to follow up. Once they've gotten the compost, we just don't leave it at that. We also visit your farm and follow up on how the crop is progressing, in case you have any issues or crop management that you might need assistance with. For example, in watering, because we've noticed that is something that most small-scale farmers struggle with, getting the moisture of the casings right, and also how much water you need to add to your beds or bags. So this is something that we offer to mushroom farmers in the country, and we welcome you to join us. You can visit our farm, we can have a chat, and we can see how to help you from setup to supply of compost to making sure you are a successful mushroom farmer. At Makuno, in terms of yield, we have a capacity of the houses we have can grow 8 to 12 tons of mushrooms per cycle at full capacity. Of course, we cycle them just to make sure that we are always in the market and we have good quality of mushrooms. We don't want to be in the market for 3 weeks and then be absent from the market for a month. So we do cycling, but per cycle we can grow anywhere from 2,000 to 2,500 kilos of button mushrooms. So one of the main components of button mushroom farming is the seed, which is known professionally as the spawn. And to ensure that we give the best quality to our farmers, we use spawn that's coming from Netherlands. So it's Hollander, and there's also Lambert spawn. To ensure that we give the farmers the best chance at success, we use high quality spawn that we've imported from the Netherlands, and it's mainly 2 companies, Lambert spawn and Ital, also known as Hollander spawn. It's the 2 types of spawn that we use for our compost, and we also sell this to farmers to ensure that they can also have alternative options for their button mushrooms. So other than button mushrooms, we've also grown, and we grow other types. Other than button mushrooms, we also grow other types, mainly creminis, which is the brown button, portobellos, and all the ranges of oyster. So that is white oyster, grey oyster, pink oyster. There's also the blue oyster as well. And other than that, we also have the medicine ones, which is Ganoderma, which is also a mushroom that we can grow for you, and we can also show you how to grow that mushroom as well. The reason for this is because when it comes to nutrition, most people struggle with getting a balanced diet in their meal, and some of the alternatives are either expensive or just something you cannot sustain on a daily basis. But with mushrooms, you get a wide range of benefits from a very small, I would say, from a very small percentage of your meal. For example, if you were to take a plate of mushrooms, the amount of minerals and beneficial nutrients that you would get, your body would benefit from. If you compare to some of the other alternatives, you find it's superior to them. And this means also for people who have medical issues or people who are struggling with getting over-the-counter supplements, this is an organic alternative that you can use instead of using synthetic vitamins, for example. You can just change your diet and get the same benefits that you would get from an over-the-counter synthetic supplement. So the idea with Makuno Organics is that we don't want to just grow mushrooms and sell. Our idea is to also enrich the community, in that we work with so many small-scale farmers when it comes to setup, inputs, just to help them grow, because we believe in Kenya there is a big market for mushrooms which is still underutilized, and the only way that we can take advantage of this situation is to have more farmers growing mushrooms in the country. And I believe no one can achieve this by themselves. We need to work together as a team, and that's why we invite as many farmers to our farm as possible, so that we can help them build with modern structures, modern composting methods, supplying the compost, supplying the spawn, just to ensure that farmers have enough knowledge when they're embarking on mushroom farming to ensure success, because you don't want to give someone 50% of the information and then they end up failing, because then no one benefits, and the market 10 years from now, we are going to still be discussing about there being a shortage of mushrooms in the country. This is something that we can solve if more farmers come on board, and we're willing to help small-scale farmers also grow their farms to large scale. We want, in the next 5 or 10 years, we can look at the mushroom industry in Kenya and say there's a bit of formality in it, because as it stands, it's very informal, and that is one thing that also affects the farmers in terms of there's zero control on the prices. So the prices, the farmer has no control on that. The inputs as well, you find a farmer is using too much capital that they could have probably saved. So these are some of the things that we are working on, and that is why we also huge on research and development, just to see how can we reduce the cost of production of mushrooms, to ensure that a farmer, be it a large scale or a small scale farmer, can get good quality mushrooms without spending so much money on their farm and their crop. And that is where we want to start, at the inputs. Once you have affordable inputs, it means now at the market end, you have that bargaining power, because you have the yield, good quality yield, you have the volumes, and with good quality and good volumes, you can then now dictate the price to some extent. But we can't do that until we have more farmers coming on board and joining us in such ventures. So we welcome all the people interested in mushroom farming, existing farmers as well. Reach out to us. Let's see how we can work together to make sure the mushroom industry in the country grows. At least we see some progress in the market. So just as with any farming venture, or just as with any farming venture, or rather any business, you have to know where your market is, proper research. And that is also another problem that some mushroom farmers face, because they have the knowledge, they grow the mushroom, but they've not done the market research, so they are blind on where to start. So to remove that barrier, we can tell you for free that some of the places that you can start with is supermarkets, parklands, City Park Market, High Ridge, hotels. These are outlets that buy a lot of mushrooms, and also there are buyers who contract buyers who buy for big hotels, chains, and they buy a lot of mushrooms, and you find that most of these mushrooms are imported, and we want also the Kenyan farmer to get part of this pie, and most of the pie is going outside the country, and we don't think that is right, and we can solve that if more farmers join in and grow good quality mushrooms. And we are going to help you. If you get in our Outgrower program, we'll help you with the market, and we will ensure that every mushroom that you harvest is sold off. So no wastage, and any mushrooms that are not good quality are going to be dried. Thank you.